Hi traders, and welcome to the daily recap show for today, which is Tuesday the 30th of November, the month end of November as we head into the final month of 2021. So the FTSE this morning, we said we'd seen another quick sell-off overnight, which happened just towards the end of the Asian session, which had taken out the previous low from Friday. And if you watch these recap shows regularly, you'll notice that we try to look for times when that happens, which is a liquidity run for reversal. So we said that 69.90 to 7,000 would be key, and if we could hold above there and break 7036 to 7050, we should be able to push, up to at least 7098 to 7110. So let's go and have a look and see how the market played out. Okay, so as you can see, we got pre-market, we got this push. This was the false break pattern below that 69.97,000 that we mentioned about. This was the sell-off that we mentioned about in the report, and then we got this sort of false break pattern, quick move back above 69.90 to 7,000, which is why we said that this would be important for the session. It did take a little while to get down there, and the opening action was actually fairly choppy. As you can see, it created a bit of a range here, so there's not too much opportunity early on in the session. We did then get the sell-off into this zone, so this was pretty key for the session. If this had broke, I really do think that we would have taken these lows out and then potentially had a bigger sell-off down to sort of 6,900 then 6,800. But as you can see, we put in a nice strong bullish reversal right off the bottom of that zone, and that really was the catalyst for this push higher. We then spoke about we could move above 7036 to 7050. Which we did get here. We got the move above, come back, and we got another nice pattern here from that zone on the retest. Push up, corrective pullback, little push down, nice strong candle, and then that was the catalyst again to push higher. And we said that we could move to at least the 7098 to 7110 zone, which we've done exactly here, just coming into the last hour of the cash session. So the market's behaved really nicely today. There's a couple of good opportunities there. Nothing really in terms of continuations for any moves from this move up, but not great action to start with. But as soon as we got this rejection off that 69.90 to 7,000 area, the markets have behaved really nicely, pushing up through a nice corrective pullback above the zone that we mentioned that we needed to break through, and then we've also so far capped some resistance up here. So FTSE's been really nice today. Let's go and have a look at the DAX as well. So the DAX was very similar. We said that the 14,990 to 15,020 zone would be key, much like the 6,990 to 7,000 would be key on the FTSE. The 14,990 to 15,020 zone would be key on the DAX, and if we held it as support, we could push up towards resistance at 15,240 to 15,260, and then if we got sustained breaks below. But let's go and have a look and see what the DAX did today. Okay, so fairly similar story in the DAX today. We had this push down pre-market. We created this false break pattern here with a strong move through that 14,990 to 15,020 and then a strong move back up. And then we held the 14,990 to 15,020 zone when we retested it here around the same time as the FTSE was in sync, testing that 6,990 to 7,000. Not so much of a clear signal on the lower time frames here on the DAX, but as you can see, the fact that it's held as support has actually led to the move up to this 15 to 20 to 245 zone, and now we're moving into the 270 to 295 zone as well. So really good move on the DAX. I'll show you what we did actually look at and we actually traded ourselves today. Bear with me 1 second. Right, so as you guys know, we look for liquidity grabs a lot in our trading, and when you see these sorts of moves, these really strong sell-offs, sometimes it's best just to switch to the higher time frame charts because you're going against the order flow in the market. Now, as we mentioned in this morning's report, we had the 14,990 to 15,020 zone as a key support level. So we'd seen this false break below that zone pre-market. Nice long tail, strong close back above that zone. So we actually traded this as a breakup of that that candle as a reversal, break up of that candle, stop below the lows, and we targeted 1-to-1, which was just up in this zone here as well. So that trade's taken, it took a little bit of heat, and it took a bit of time to play out. We entered just before the market open, because I was expecting, or not expecting, but I knew this had the potential really to create some sort of V shape and a quick recovery. As it turned out, it did have some consolidation, but we did hold that 15,000 area, which we'd mentioned in the report. And all the time we was above there, and I saw the action that was holding that support zone, I was still fairly comfortable with the trade. And as you can see, as soon as you broke up here, we've actually moved quite nicely into this zone of resistance. So that's something to think about in terms of, if we see these big moves with high volatility, sometimes just make sure, just take a look at the higher time frame content, at the higher time frames as well. You can actually sometimes get some really good entries on the higher time frames. Holding times can be a little bit longer, or they will be a little bit longer, but it does keep you safer with your entries. Okay, guys, so nice to see the markets playing nicely today. Really clean action off the zones. So let's hope that continues going on for the rest of the week. I hope you found this useful, and I'll speak to you again tomorrow. Cheers, guys.